Do my own famous Aaron knock door.
The famous knock on the door.
What is new on Aaron's desk? Okay, well, we're going to wrap this one up. Hopefully we can take a walk through the shop here and get some other amazing footage of this
let's do it
place.
right now.
So, all right, cool. So these are
These are South Italian, 4th century BC, from Apulia, which is a province in South Italy run by the Greeks at the time. These are called apices, and they are basically a pouring vessel.
amazing. Look at the artwork on those. And these are 500 BC?
4th century BC. Probably around 350. Mid-4th. Yeah, so this is my office. This is where we do all the processing. That's why it's usually a disaster, because I'm always in depth in material.
Tripping over artifacts?
Not tripping, but I know where everything is. This is you'll see library all over the place.
Everywhere they've got books.
So these are all reference books to auctions, famous auctions from the 1900s to 1930s and beyond. Anything before internet, basically. And then through there, that's our shipping room and a vault room beyond that. And then there's antiquities everywhere. This is a Roman sarcophagus from 180 to 280 AD in marble.
I know you told me the story already, but can you tell that story again? What you're seeing there?
Yeah, this is the story of the sun goddess who put this youth to sleep forever and kept him youthful forever. And so here he is in the tomb asleep. And so, of course, if you had died, you'd want to stay preserved, just like the youth.
This was an old sarcophagus, and you got imagery all the way around. Of course, this is just a little piece broken off, but absolutely amazing.
So there's more library space all over, and we get Asian material. Like there's a bronze Buddha from probably the 19th century, and if you look at all the steps below, that's the whole life of Buddha all the way around.
Oh, huh. Okay.
I explained to you yesterday, this is our card file for looking at pedigrees. It's all auction catalogs that somebody cut up before the internet. Goes back to probably the 1970s. And so we can look up, there's 100,000 cards here, Greek, Roman, all organized by city or emperor or material.
Wow, and you said like this is Greek, Roman, these are just full of cards all the way through, thousands and thousands. All with references on them, coin pictures on the back.
Yep.
A lot of work right there.
This is our photography room. It's where Andrew does our photography.
Okay. Andrew, it is?
Yeah.
I might be back here in 15, 20 if you're going to be willing or ready. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't show you this, but this is our paper vault, and we actually this is all full of books.
Oh, wow. Man, you guys have so much.
A lot of these books are for sale. We sell these on the website.
Oh, okay.
Some of them.
Amazing.
But yeah, there's nooks and crannies everywhere.
And all full of books and material.
Pretty much. And then this is our
wow, look at that.
This is our antiquity room. So this is all full of classical antiquities.
This room is fascinating right here, guys.
You got an Egyptian sarcophagus from the late period behind you.
Is that red mask real? What is that about?
It's African or Tibetan. It's not very old.
Okay, I didn't look at. This looks much older.
That's Attic, 5th century BC.
Yeah, I think that's in his catalog right
That's
now.
4th century BC, South Italian.
Is that Egyptian right here?
That's
then?
Egyptian, a falcon or hawk of Horus. It's wood with paper mache called gesso over the top.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Couple spear tips there.
Yep. One's Loristan, the other one's probably Celtic. Here's a head of Titus.
I was wondering about that. That's tight. That's an amazing sculpture, and that's authentic, original.
Yep. To the period. 3rd century.
3rd century BC.
80.
80. Okay.
Yeah, Titus.
Sorry.
Actually, probably 2nd century AD.
Could just spend hours looking at this stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. You name it, we got it.
That image sure looks familiar. There's a lot of that.
So it's very close to the Akanthos tetradrams that you'll see where you have the lion attacking the bull.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's an altar, probably from Akanthos, most likely.
Oh, really?
Done in terracotta. It's like
You think that's an authentic altar?
Yeah.
That's tiny. But
well, it's a miniature one, yeah.
Miniature one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it was probably longer. It had probably had more going on. It's broken off at that one end. So it's hard to say. It might have been for a home.
Okay.
So it'd be a smaller one anyway.
Okay.
But
They
my
had
guess is
small home type altars like that
Sure.
as well, huh?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
And so my guess is probably Akanthos based on the iconography that's already there.
And this is an actual
That's an Egyptian sarcophagus
Egyptian sarcophagus.
from the late period. It goes all the way into the Roman period almost. So they started to forget the hieroglyphics a little bit. So a lot of it was just like, they can be read, but they're not so easy to read. But you basically have the 4 sons of Horus in canoptic jars. And on the back of this piece, you have Isis with the Horus hawk on top of her head.
Wow. And this is original paint. Like, this is original painting.
That's original paint, yeah. It's been restored from fragments. But there was no humidity in Egypt, so wood and a lot of these pigments survived.
So it's wood under there,
Mhm.
under that. Okay.
Yep. Wood with what they call cartonnage, which is like a paper mache.
Really? That's I didn't know.
And then they painted it over the top of that. But you can see wherever the restoration is, there's lines here and there. But a lot of it's original color.
So does the paper mache help preserve it, or would they use that for painting
Well,
easier, or wonder why?
Because the wood was very rare there, and so they had to use a lot of pieces to put together things. So basically, if it's not one piece of wood, it's lots of pieces of wood. And so to make it look whole, they covered it with this kind of like plaster.
I see.
And then painted it so it looks like it's one piece. But in actuality, it's lots of pieces.
Wow. Too cool. This looks real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going in our next catalog. This is Roman from the 1st century BC from Thrace, and it actually has writing, and I had it translated. And it's translated, it was a cavalry military guy who actually fought in one of the cities in Thrace. And then this was his grave marker. He was a slave, and then he did his service, and then
This
he
was
was retired. So it has his name on here. I had somebody, a PhD person, do a whole write-up. Yep, snake in a tree. And the votive represents a young man on horseback who approaches a tree. The youth is clean-shaven. And in Greek, it says, under the Roman Empire, the province of Thrace was administered from Heraclea, Perinthus, a flourishing harbor town on the Propontis. And his name was Titus Flavius Coitus from the 1st century AD.
Wow. Wow. Is that marble or what?
Yeah, this is marble.
Very, very cool.
Go see what my dad wants.
Okay. Yep.